Welcome Year 7. Today we're going to be looking at how we can draw out your ideas for your top trump cards, and we're going to start with the test card. So I'm just going to start by drawing out a rectangle. Now if you haven't got a ruler or something, you can find something to draw around. For example, something like a nectar card would be fine. So I'm just going to draw out, working lightly, I'm just going to roughly draw out the shape for my rectangle. It doesn't matter that I'm going slightly over my lines, because I'm going to show you something about that in a moment. So I'm drawing nice and lightly. So I have gone slightly wide on some of them, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to curve the corners slightly. So okay, so I've got my basic shape. I'm going to start looking at a few other things. So for example, I'm just going to draw a line down each side, which is just going to give me a bit of a border. I'm going to work out where I want my box for my character to go in. So at the moment, all of these are what we call construction lines. It's just planning out the parts I want. So I'm going to round off the corners again. It just gives it a softer feel. And the bits I'm going to keep, what I will do is I will go over them in pen in a moment, just to show you how we can present this a bit neater. So I know I've pressed slightly too hard there, but it won't matter too much. I want to curve it up there, and I'll put this line at the bottom, and then all I want to do is put my lines across, and in this space here is going to be where I'm going to draw, or so I should say write, my categories. So that's the basic layout of that. What I'm going to do next is just spin that around. So I'm just going to ink in the bits I want to keep. And it's fine to move the paper around as we do this. If you're not sure about doing it freehand, you can use a ruler again. And then so that's my basic shape. What I'm going to do to that is drawing my cartoon character now. So let's have a go at doing something that's going to hopefully look semi-decent, he says. So I'm just drawing out the basic shape. So I've started to get most of it on there. And I'm just going to try and put on things like the eyes. So there's one there. A little bit of an eyebrow there. Not the greatest drawing, but little thing. And just before anyone says you've not drawn that, I am looking at a picture on my computer screen that I'm trying to copy this from, so that's fine. If you have to decide that you need to trace, you can. We don't have a problem with that. So there's my rough picture of Mario, and again I need to then go and ink that in. So got these sideburns. So a bit of an ear here. His hat. He's got his hands. I can never draw hands, so you have to bear with me. I never draw hands well, as you can probably tell from me drawing. His nose. Okay, so there's my black and white version. I'd obviously write Mario in there, and then the rest of this I would use to actually put in. I've just noticed I've missed off my lines. I would put in the categories and then the scores. So I'd put that into there like that. Now the only thing that's left to do with this is to add some colour to it. So I'm going to add some colour. So we're colouring Mario. So we'll do Mario first, but I'm also going to think about adding some background colour. Oops. So I'm just going to check my colours on the computer, and this is perfectly fine. So he's blue, red, blue, and a red. Just to get him looking right, I need a little bit of yellow. So the majority of his hat, etc., looks to be all red. So I'll add red to his hat. The brim's red as well, according to the picture I'm looking at. I might be wrong, but there we go. White gloves, so that's all right. And then we're looking at blue Missed me dots. Blue overalls. Yellow buttons. Does look on the picture I've got here that he also has a little band around there for his glove, so we'll just put that on to show where it is. And then his top is red, so I'll just colour all of that in red. Now I am going to leave his face and that white, mainly because I haven't got a colour that's like a flesh colour, but there's me Mario. Now, what would be nice, and it's a bit hard to do on here, but just think about how you could colour in your background here. So it might be worth looking at some sort of Mario style background. So I know that you have the brown section. Oh, I've done that a little bit wonky. So the bottom section of Mario is often brown when you look at the platform game. So this bottom section I'm going to colour brown. So I'm almost trying to create the effect we'll pretend he's gone uphill. So brown on the bottom section there. It's then got the green grass layer. I'm then going to put in maybe a little tree down this side. So it did have trees and things. I'll go around that with my black pen just so you can see the shape of it. So there's a tree there, and what Mario's famous for, on this side we're going to do a nice big plumbing pipe, which are always green. So you get the idea of the background, and then it was traditionally a light blue background. So from there upwards, I'm just going to colour the rest of this in a light blue, and notice, perfectly fine, rotate the page around as you do things. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so there's my Mario test card. Now just remember, use a ruler. If you can't find a ruler, find something to draw around. Nectar card, something like that's perfectly fine. Find a nice picture. If you have to trace it, do that. If you can manage without, give it a go. I've gone around it in pen, I've laid it out, I've added colour to the design, and we've also got the idea that we've got some sort of background on there. And if you want to get really, really high marks, just beside it, write out a little bit of an explanation. Okay, Year 7, thanks for watching. I hope that's been useful.